Probably the place of devilry. Go ahead and deal with our trade. Ooh, 2 Eleutheria mysteries. Nice. We sold them 5 jumbles of souls, and now we can buy 5 jumbles of souls. Nice. Ooh, immaculate selection of souls there. Let's see. The Dome of the Rose. A temple garlanded with incardine flowers and wreathed with thorns sits at the apex of Cauticus. It is drowsy with the scent of roses, though you can see none. Poets, artists, and musicians lounge in groups on the marble floor. A woman crowned in thorns sits on a white throne. She drums her fingers on the arm. Let's try to speak with the Thorn Maiden. The Thorn Maiden ignores you, as do most of her coterie. Eventually, you find a languid bohemian willing to talk to you. He is very deep in his cups.
It's your soul, you see. Rosebinders are devils, yes. They have ways of knowing these things. It must have damaged your soul somehow. Made it aesthetically displeasing.
He struggles gamely with the word aesthetically.
You should go to Carillion. In the Reach. They'll put you right.
Investigate the temple. Marble statues of devils line the aisles. They have wreaths over their horns. Their lips are dabbed with scarlet as sin. Their eyes are the colors of ash and sunlight. The detail is breathtaking. Their lyres and lutes, flutes and fiddles, drums and dulcimeters are so perfectly carved that, but for the material, they could be real. Frescoes depict a troupe of musicians marching towards a slender mirror. Pipers, flautists, drummers, all statues of serpents coil over the musicians. Thorn bushes, bereft of roses, encircle the chamber. The plants are tended by devils in crimson masks. These devils are the rose binders of Cauticus. With the space bounded by the bushes, the bohemians make their art, all of it on the subject of roses. See what happens if we descend into the caverns. Ooh. 2 rose binders, a devil and a deviless, wait in the main cavern. Their eyes like coals in the dark. The deviless beckons you to follow her. Chimera, unfortunately, bedeviled themselves, finds them, alas, out into the void instead of deeper into the cavern. You took a wrong step, Chimera. Alas, alas, you have flown out on ye ass. Welcome on by. I hope you're having a good evening. Hello, I'm here to be gay as usual. That is perfectly fine. Be gay and do crimes. Although, don't talk about, like, doing crimes, because that's, again, TOS, and I'd have to delete that, and it's a whole thing. We exist in a framework and the society, etc., etc. Finally got yeeted. I mean, it had to happen eventually, statistically. Splat. Oh no! You face planted.
I drink the water, liver something, and then I have to go put the water somewhere else 5 minutes later. All hours of the day, all hours of the night. No matter what I'm doing, my life is interrupted by this.
Twitch can't stop me from collecting street signs. After all, they're free. Well, there's the stop signs. I mean, they say stop. But, like, none of the other ones say stop, so I mean... Reminds me of a place where a mile marker was 420, and it kept getting stolen. And after like the 4th or 5th time, they changed it to be mile marker 419.9, and that stops people from taking it. You're led down darkly gleaming passages, heading deeper under the main temple of Caudicus. The devil walks at your side. He occasionally uses his thyrsus to strike the ground, as if testing the depth of your descent. You emerge into a cavern lit by moonish light pouring through a crack in the roof. A broken temple stands before a pool of dark water. The deviless bids you to kneel by the pool and drink. The water is clear. What could go wrong? As you kneel, the deviless places a red cloth around your eyes. The devil touches your forehead with the thyrsus as he pushes you towards the water. You feel, but do not see. The dark water lapping against your chin, your mouth, your tongue. The water is just that. Water. Cold and slimy. The sound of the drums is greater here with your ear against the rock. It rises slow and dolorous as a funeral knell. The deviless pulls you from the water. The drummer refuses you. Your dullard soul has no place in our mysteries. Take your dullness to Carillion, where our brethren can better minister your sin. I see. Well, I suppose we need our soul purified before we can do anything at Caudicus. All right. Well, we've just went to Pan, so we have some time before we can go back for efficiency's sake. Let's kind of keep exploring up to the northeast to see if we can find any other areas of interest. Would like to save up enough to get the Empyrean ship, because it would be a really nice upgrade. We'll double back. Annoying. What? A sound of chittering fills your cabin. From the shadows near your door steps a familiar silhouette. Mistress Grain has come to collect what she deems you owe. Chimera! What are you doing dropping by when you were streaming? What? Welcome on by. Playing some D&D? Oh, well, it seems you've rolled a Dreki. Unfortunately, I do not have simply a number of sides. As a cylinder, I just kind of roll. So this is gonna be my life for a minute. We're just gonna be spinning. So this is a thing. Hi, hello. If you don't know me, I'm Dreki Ormer, the Draconic Serpent, the Flightless Dragon, or simply a worm on the internet. Currently, I am spinning round, like a record baby, right? Round. Chimera, I don't know how long you've been streaming, but D&D is some wrinkly brain thinking to narrate and participate. So, kick back, relax, leave a piss, take a water, take a long rest, recharge those spell slots. Maybe don't do all of that at the same time. You just kind of make a mess in your bedroll, and nobody wants a point-blank fireball. That just doesn't end well for the party. If y'all were vibing at Chimeras and forgot to follow them, let me fix that for you. Make it real easy. I clicked one button, you can click one button. It's right there. Welcome on by, all y'all. I hope y'all have a fantastic evening. Hey, Willow Sinner. Welcome to the Ziggurat. We are playing Sunless Skies. It's a little eerie, a little spooky, but a overall really great game. Very fun stories to read in it. Hey! Snickerwicks, welcome to the Ziggurat. I hope you enjoy your time here. I need to shrink this. There we go. All right. Well, I have a problem. I don't have tea or crockery. And I'm not lightless. Ah! You gonna do your best potato impression? Well, we can just be best spuds. How much food does the ziggurat give? Well, there's a lot of gardens inside, so it's a lot of fruits and vegetables. But if you want to be a bit more adventurous, you can always go forage in the jungle surrounding. Although, you know, be careful. We are in a pocket dimension, so you kind of don't want to miss the time to be back before we fold up and hide in space. Because then it becomes a magnitude more difficult in navigating back to the ziggurat. You just kind of have to vibe until the next time to unfold. We're going to, unfortunately, not be able to pay the price demanded, and I feel like this is going to be bad for us. Mistress Fathom reaches for a strip of cloth dangling from its hat and gives it the gentlest of tugs. Its many veils tumble to the ground, and it lunges. Your only memories are of acid flashes of claw, the echo of clacking noise, and the scraping of mandibles being forced down onto your throat. The creature does not take a pound of flesh. Nothing so merciful. Something far deeper has been extracted in partial payment, leaving only nightmares to fill the void. Interesting. So it seems our soul is getting more and more fucked up, and we are losing permanent stats. So this sucks. Runs aimlessly into the jungle. So there was this random place I came across where a chittering thing covered in cloak and veils offered us a gift. And I took a gift, and it said it would come to collect later. And it came to collect. And it's just like this game to have a very specific set of options without giving me a heads up what they would be. And so I don't have them on hand to pay. Which is unfortunate because I know I have those items in the bank. I'm also a little sad we're losing more permanent stats, especially because hearts is our lowest stat already. So this is just like getting punched in the dick after getting punched in the dick. Yeah, this is not the dicking down one would hope in a darkened area of Pan. Presumably, one would assume flutes, revelry, you know, fawns, you know, general hedonistic, pretty great fun time stuff. But so far, it's kind of been spooks, scares, and stat losses. So that's a bit of suffering. It's the Inklings, Captain, an engineer says, where bad ideas come from. The fuck is that noise? What the fuck? Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, fuck. Nope, I'm done. Nope. Yep, he's right. That's where bad ideas came from. That was a bad idea. We're going right away from that. No, stay away. Leave me alone. right, we're gonna go back to Pan, and hopefully it's been enough time that we will get a nightmare reduction or a terror reduction, because it's not good. No, we don't have a mining drill. Oh, I bet that would have been Navarine gemstones. Oh, fuck. Now I really, really want to get that upgraded train, so I could fit all 3 of the harvesting equipment on my ship. They wanted to say hi. They said hi with giant spinning sickles. Sickles are not my love language. They're my die language. I don't know about you, but I don't want to die. We've already done it twice. I don't recommend it. Well, why not? Yeah, they're just not used to people yet. Well, I'm not going to be the translator, all right? Someone else can deal with translating and educating them. Use the sickles to reap the harvest, okay? I mean, sure, but I don't want to be the harvest. Just because I'm a worm, and sometimes worms are in apples, does not ergo therefore make me harvest, all right? All right. Leave the ruins undisturbed because I need to reduce my terror. Scorn Fluke! What the fuck is a Scorn Fluke doing here? All right, we do want to kill the Scorn Fluke because we are working on understanding them. The Scorn Flukes seem to be a fragment of a greater consciousness. Ate that hook, line, and sinker, buddy. Well played. Keep going, only forward. Cool, we've gained terror. Love that. Spoiler, I don't love that. In fact, I actually kind of hate that. Oh, you're so close to dying. I don't want to get close to it because I want to have enough maneuvering range to dodge its attacks. There we go! Shit. All right. Commune. Of course it had to be hearts. And significantly increased terror. We cannot afford to increase our terror. We're gonna go with tear off a trophy because that reduces terror and we need the terror reduction. Sorry, Scorn Fluke. Would have loved to have listened to you and advanced further on whatever we're learning, but alas, it was not to be, my friend. Right. Back to Pan, and hopefully we don't lose more stats. And then to Atlas. No, fuck off! Leave me alone!
Ugh.
All right. It has not been long enough because we not lose terror from visiting Pan. So great. Caddies of dried tea to Ackless. All right, perfect. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I still need to pay the debt. Maybe. Hold on, let me check possessions. Albion. No. No. Favor. Miscellaneous. No. Incautious driver. No. Port reports. Palmer and Plenty. Your train. Not sure. Maybe the penalty cleared it out. Our soul is getting real fucked up. We've almost got one of everything. Blood and ashes. Hydrate and stretch. Fine, Chimera. Fine! We'll take an extra 2 just in case. So I actually need to make room for some fuel. Oops. I'm afraid buttering me up didn't help you out any, Chimera. You still slipped on out into the void. So Ackless is west northwest. Also, we have a couple new officers. Let's go ahead and check their quests and see if we get any progress. So we need Fortunate Navigator, Cryptoporous Hoarder, and the Feline Eccentric. Let's talk about the Feline Eccentric first. Oh, we need some ministry-approved literature to break the ice. Ooh, but we could get a trunk of illicit literature. That sounds funnier. Let's wait until we can advance the smuggler's plot and get illicit. Is that 3 rats as engineers? Yes. Yes, it is. We also have, for mascots, a mushroom with a monocle and an inadvisably big dog and an urchin that's stowed away. Our quartermasters is a bat person and a woman who claims to be our aunt, even though we don't remember her. We don't actually have an aunt, but she insists. So, I guess. Again, this game is a little eerie. It's a little bit silly. It's a lot of fun. And it also is really nice from an inclusion standpoint. So, the Fortunate Navigator is trans. The Chief Engineer, the Judicious Driver, is non-binary. In addition to just general strange and non-human characters. It's a very eclectic cast with a very wide variety of persons and personalities. As you enter the navigator's cabin, he preempts anything you might say by shouting, "Bring me a map!" Something that says, "Here there be monsters." Then a pause. "Please, comrade." Altan's body is propped up in the navigator's desk chair, cushioned by his pillow. Embalming has preserved the body. Its limbs are too thin, its skin a greenish gray, but it looks peaceful. It faces the window, but it is probably for the best. The eyelids are shut. The navigator talks while he works, scrawling circles and routes on your chart. King Geezer was a slayer of demons. He must battle a monster in the skies, something fearsome, maybe a senior scrivener, a scornfluke, or one of the undeparted, something worthy of a song. The map he returns to you is so enthusiastically marked that it is unusable. We've done all three, I think. So we have to kill one now that we've done that. See, this is what I get for not immediately talking to our officers to get the next step in their quests. And sometimes this happens. All right, let's see what the Chiropterus Hoarder wants. Ask about the other glands. The Chiropterus Hoarder has gouged its frustration onto the walls. The marks are an inch deep, at least. At your question, it glares and claws a fresh shape onto an arm-marked section of its quarters. Another messenger corpse, its necrosis somehow captured in a few immaculate scratches. "The House of Rod and Chains," it growls. "If we went there, I'm sure we'll find another gland. If not, I will dig through its necrotizing flesh until agony causes it to fruit another just to make me stop." Where is the House of Rod and Chains? Oh, it's in Eleutheria. And we'll need an unlicensed chart or 2 visions that, well, we got both, so it's no big deal. Check on the princess. The crew whisper of all the engineers and pursuants just disappearing, leaving naught behind but sporadic ghostly screams in the machinery. Is this true? 24 starlings abuzz around the princess's quarters. Take some time to make yourself heard. "It's not true," says the princess, gesturing at a short woman with tall hair and spectacles. "My friend was an engineer. She hasn't disappeared. She's right here." The analytical suitor sits, staring adoringly at the princess. "However, I am glad you're here. I understand a new poetical movement inspired by the more melancholic strands of the celestial school is meeting in Ruby Juxta Mare. I wish to better study this notion of sadness. It is quite beyond me." She smiles. You're outside. All right, so we got to go back to Worldly Juxta Mare. Let's talk to the driver now that we completed their quest. I thought I'd miss it. The verdants. Not being alone. The invulnerability. Funny. Despite the feeling I almost died, I thought my fear could only be conquered by the thing inside me. Now I see I was wrong. Oh, I know I don't have to be reckless all the time. Their hands spin on the wheel. You grab a strap and hold on for dear life as the train careens through a field of space debris, just missing the largest chunk with a perfectly timed burst of the jets. The driver grins. Some of the time, that's another story. Nice. Ooh, we need to remember this. I can grab a thing of Chorister Nectar and see if we get anything with the clay conductor. Actually, we're right next to Pan. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. The clay conductor seems like a character that might leave the ship if we don't maintain good vibes. Mixed with with sugar and water, the nectar's taste is almost worth the wrist-wrenching labor. You gargle it just as you saw the clay conductor do. Your throat feels as though it has expanded. Your vocal range has widened. You can project further. Your voice is richer and more resonant. Practice is exhausting. Your vocal cords throb with the low notes and trill with the high. You sing of the rock and shale, the arias of quarrying labor and the living clay. It's passable, but not there yet. But more practice will surely make it perfect. Your singing is horrible. Is it a repeatable event? Interesting. Let's do it one more time, but I don't want to use all of my moments of inspiration because that's a very useful resource. We have slightly improved. Yeah. It's going to take us a little bit more. I don't know if that's like an alternate way to complete the Clay Conductor's quest. I believe all officers have two possible endings. So like there's a branch because all the officers give different stats. And I think when you get to the end of their quests, they'll transform into one that gives like more stats. Because like right now they usually give between 6 to 8 distributed between 1 or 2 stats of the 4. But like our driver, I can't remember what they originally gave, but now they give us like plus 10 iron. So, you know, there's that. There's a Scrivener just delivering themselves to us. So we'll take that. Nice shot. Missed. All right, I'm missing as well. Don't think about that. I can't see. I'm out of fuel. Well, fuck. We killed it though. We are going to send people out with axes to get that delicious, delicious bronze wood. All right, so we killed the Scriv Spinster. What? What? Scorn Flute Senior Spinster. I see. Cool. Very well then. We're heading to Aklis. Is west northwest. I don't. I should have put the bombazine back. Left room for more fuel. Sucks to suck. And right now, boy, am I sucking. Let's get another moment of inspiration, just because we do have a lot of visions of the heavens, and we kind of used up a bunch of those at moments of inspiration. The ruins of Tartaron, where many roads ended. Interesting. Tartaron. Tartarus? Delish. Damn, now I want some... Alright, now I want some, like... easy, simple food. Some Pop-Tarts, some corn dogs. Put like a little bit of butter on the Pop-Tart, put it in the, broiler oven thing. Or, like, put it in the oven at, like, 400 or something. Maybe a little bit of cinnamon on it. Or just use the cinnamon Pop-Tarts. That's the good shit. Fish is outside your little craft to catch void fish. Not an impossibility. Dispense more brandy. Not good. We do have a cannery aboard, and there are some areas that have sky eels for us to harvest. So, you know, it's not too far-fetched to go fishing off the edge. But be careful, the sky is cold. Don't forget your sky suit. And tether yourself to the ship, lest you tumble into the darkened skies. Pay respects to the burrower, the sky waif, and the storm that speaks. Let not a judgment eye upon you, lest their anger break. Keep yourself safe, make your absolutions, don't invite the judgment upon you. Be safe in the sky as the captains drive port to port across the sky sea. We'll have to find our way, you and me. Fuck! Went up again. That's not good. This is really bad, actually. We don't have a lot of... Oh, that's a ministry monitor. All right, we have to be close. Blood and ashes. If we cannot purchase fuel and supplies there, I will be miffed. Miffed, I tell you. The mushroom song. Oh, I want to destroy that ship so bad. I'll blow it up on my way out. All right, new port, less terror, baby. You disembark into the soggy wooden platforms barely supported by the marsh mud below. It leads past several squalid huts and the hulls of scavenged engines to the warmth of a marketplace on wooden stilts. Nearby, what remains of an ancient monastery just holds on against the ravages of time and the swampy ground below. Something is going on the other side of the monastery. Fire flickers. Treachery carries on the wind. A woman smoking a cigarette watches from the shadows, unaware of your presence, as a group of grizzled skyfarers attempts to force the monastery's doors. Unlike the crumbling stone, these are made of solid, new metal, and more than up to task to repelling the attack. However, with every blow against them, the monastery itself seems to shudder. Dust rains from high up, stones creak. Will not take much before something gives. Let's intervene. You summon a few of your crew with a wave back to your locomotive. Before you can join the attack, however, the war cry echoes through the marsh. Urchins, ring breakers from old London, from the look of them, surge at the attackers, armed with broomsticks with sharp objects taped to the end. Colander helmets and cardboard armor. In the name of the Valkyrie, they shout, launching their attack. For Sigrid! They swiftly rout the attackers. The woman with the cigarette is long gone, leaving behind nothing but the smell of expensive ash. Interesting. Let's get a port report real quick. Everything here seems to revolve around tea and spice, and a special blend made in the monastery that nobody you speak to appears to have tasted. We're not worthy of Midnight's favor, they all tell you through unsmiling faces, before offering you a special deal on some other blend or incense they just happen to have. First, we complete our prospect. Oh, just some random damn bull. Okay, we'll take that. All right. All right, so we have two officer quests to advance here. So this is the Vagrant. So we're gonna go with his. Skylarks have carved their glyphs onto one of the wooden posts at the station's periphery. As you and the Vagabond approach, you find a wildly unkept man slumped nearby, surrounded by a small fortress of empty bottles.
You a Skylark?
Asked the Vagabond.
What if I am?
Slurs the man.
Skylarks aren't supposed to get drunk near the station?
Grumbles the Vagabond.
Gives us a bad name amongst the crews and captains. It's against the code. And I should know, because I wrote it.
Let's improve our friendship with the Vagabond. Sober up the Skylark with a good horror story. You crouch next to the gin-soaked Skylark and launch into a story about the predators that lurk in the darkness above, their scope for cruelty matched only by the vastness of their apathy. In the face of unimaginable, omnivorous scorn, you say, there is only one thing we can cling to, is a code. To abandon the Skylark code is to subside. By the time you are finished, he is pale as a bedsheet and apologizes for his inebriation. The Vagabond chuckles and claps you on the back. His respect has grown. Crouch beside the post and examine the signs that have been carved down its length.
The stick bitten above 3 squares tells us that Ecklis is a good place to fence stolen goods,
translates the Vagabond, tracing signs with one filth-blackened finger.
The 3 lines connecting to the badge and the sock means the local police are urchins. Pipe and the smiling face mean you can buy good tobacco at the blue market rates.
Quivers was right. One of these signs doesn't have a translation. Vagabond hands you his code book. Comparing the sign scratched on the post to the Vagabond's well-worn code book, you find one that lacks a translation. Circle with a spiral within a teardrop. A sign more intricate than those that surround it. You pointed out, the Vagabond whistles. That's new, he says, pulling a pencil stub from behind his ear and copying it. I'll cross-reference it to the other Skylark signs, see if I can arrive at a meaning. He slips the book back into his pocket and lifts the drunk Skylark to his feet.
What's your name, friend?
He asked Ab amicably, steering him away from the station. The vagabond is speaking earnestly with the drunk Skylark. While he is occupied, you spot Ratbite. She followed you from your engine. Now she tries to hurry away. You follow. When you catch up, you find her shaking with fear. Don't trust him, she whispers. I've heard stories. They call him Old Tom, if the rumors are right. A heavy hand on your shoulder.
What's this about rumors?
The vagabond asks with a broad smile. Do we trust the vagabond? Do we improve our friendship with him? He seems to be a jolly old man. I don't think he needs to know what we were discussing. I think we're fine. He asks the vagabond about his conversation with the drunk Skylark. He studies you for a moment, his expression opaque. Finally, he relents, begins regaling you at length with tidbits about the drunk fellow's travels and personal history. You walk together back to the engine, the vagabond's hand firm on your shoulder, Ratbite following sullenly. When you interrogate her afterward, Ratbite seems to regret saying anything at all. She insists she's told you everything she knows. Ratbite has told you not to trust the vagabond. She claimed his name is Old Tom. Ooh. There's an area called Old Tom's Well in the Reach. Ooh, what if the vagabond is more than he seems? What if he's older than he seems? He seems to have knowledge of a lot of stuff for the drifting Skylarks. He says he's written a lot of codes. One wonders how old the vagabond perhaps is. I think we need to go to the Court of Tea and Spices. Ooh. Good place to buy some tea in bulk. Wait, hold on. Return to market. What did I buy? Why are we... Oh, I bought supplies and fuel. Damn. I should have thought about that. The Midnight Garden. Hold on. Where do I need to go for my other officer quest? Is it the rats? Or the clay conductor? Visit Murgadoy's Taste of Albion at the Court of Tea and Spices. The Court of Tea and Spices, when you go to Murgadoyd's, there we go. Although one of the more professional-looking barrows in the market, the Murgatroyd's family's special tea blends have gained little traction. Proprietress Amberly Murgatoyd glares at you from behind a slender cigarette holder, twitching at the inconvenience of your presence. Pay to let the clay conductor spend time with Amberly's assistants. Just don't let him give them any ideas, Amberly tells you. The clay conductor requests that they sing for him. The other claymen look reluctant, embarrassed even, but one with shale skin steps forward. It's been too long, but we should sing. Following his lead, the clay men launch into a mournful, hollow aria that resonates within your ribcage. Even Amberly Murgatoid shivers as the last notes die away. The clay conductor is quiet for a long minute. At last, he gives his verdict. No. He stomps away, back towards your engine. Damn. This Atlas seems like it's going to be a complex area. So let's put a pin in it. We do need to get a port report, though. Did I get a port report? I don't think I got a port report. Do I need to maybe head into the marshes? Warns the older of the two. Nothing out there but plants one to eat your face off and water that drives you potty. They show no interest in stopping you. The marsh beckons. The lights of the port slowly fade. Beyond lies a forested gray swamp, misted over and filled with leafless black trees that claw at the air. You venture out here except to gather incense from what they call Atlas's garden. There are no maps to it. Many do not return, but your head is clear. The path ahead looks manageable. You have nothing to fear. Nope, we're gonna retrace our steps. We have too much fear to be fucking around here. Oh no, we're lost. A siren without a rock. A mournful figure of chipped glass, cracked and shining in the light. She gazes at you with a quiet helplessness, beckoning you closer. Protest this tiresome cliche. Why are the seductive monsters always female anyway? The naked lady sits patiently as you complain about the gender politics of mythology, the unfortunate interplay of sexuality and vice, and the equal insult to such things are to the males of the species treated as unthinking sexual omnivores, and to the females reduced to mere passive decoration for the sake of such tawdry gaze. Why, for instance, is the succubus endlessly more represented than the incubus in all the literature? What does it say of the human condition that beauty has been linked to damnation by temptation from the moment of Eve's sin? And from where did the double standard... It's a fine speech, even if in retrospect you remember that its only audience was actually a small frog interested in the flies buzzing around your muddy clothes. Ribbit, it agrees, hopping off into the marsh to carefully ponder things. Well, you know what? At least that frog has some philosophy to think about regarding the gender politics of mythology. You know, we're just doing our part to educate the animals of this world. One frog hippity-hoppity at a time. Let's try to retrace our steps. I came back at an interesting time. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Whee! Whee! Where the fuck do I get a port report? Vigilant Nightingale. Let's say friend. The urchin salute. Good. Answer, friend. Broken down engine has been comprehensively gutted to serve as the ring breaker's home and base. Filthy hammocks stretch between metal bars, most full of snoring urchins. Others sit around decorating tea-tray armor with bright paints or sparring playfully with wooden sticks. Oh, thank you for the head pat.
Oh, Moon, I can't believe that's a wombo combo you set ahead for me.
That's a stretch. You know what? We're gonna switch to standing mode. while I take this big old drink. And also, I feel like our music has drifted from the filk, so I'm gonna do this. Alright, this should be a just sea shanty, so we should be good to go again. This is also a reminder. I'm wiggling it out. Y'all should wiggle it out, because if you've been sitting down for too long, you're going to astrophy. That's because you're sitting on your butt and then you astrophy. It's wordplay, damn it. All right, I'm being clever. All right, so it's not the Nightingale. Maybe it's the House of Silks. We can reduce. Oh, we can get a hookah pipe. All right. Will this reduce terror? Your incense dreaming quality is now 914. That's concerning. I don't like that it's tracking something like that. You settle down next to a fellow captain, a tea trader from the Blue Kingdom, still smoking through her death mask, and a figure who prefers to keep their identity private. There's little conversation. The incense is strong, and each breath from the hookah only serves to wrap the world in fresh layers of cotton wool and half-remembered dreams. Ooh. And always the dollars high. Heave ho. Thieves and beggars. Never suddenly we need a connoisseur of fine teas. I see. All right, they're offended. So we need to get connoisseur of fine teas. Is there? Maybe you need to go to Murgatoids. Purchase a caddy of tea, maybe? Nope, not what I should have done. Damn it, Dreki. Oh, we're not worthy of the Midnight's favor, Amberly snaps, her tone suggesting that she's parroting someone else. To touch the stuff. Can't wait to get back to Albion and never hear about it again. When I'm running the business... She catches herself. Well, I'll have my sights set rather higher than beverages. Voice the colors high. Heave ho. Thieves and beggars. How do I get my tea quality then? Ask them about the tea. Does nothing. How do I get connoisseur of fine teas? Sometime, unfortunately, this game can feel a little opaque as far as how to do something. Oh well. I guess me. Alright, let's sell one fuel, because it's the smallest loss from accidentally buying that tea. All right, we need to head back to Pan because we should definitely be able to get our terror reduction. Because like I want to say it's 15 days, you can visit the main port of an area and it will take off like 50 terror. And may God save and go. Day the weathermen come, take that cigarette and tea and rum. One day the time is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the weatherman come to take on the ship and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the weatherman come to take us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Soon may the weatherman come, taking us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Endure this lean, cruel. Success! Yes!